Time and money, two of the most discussed and sought-after resources in life. People spend their entire lives chasing money, accumulating wealth, and striving for financial security. But amidst all the hustle and ambition, there's a fundamental truth that often gets overlooked. Time is far more valuable than money. Money can be earned, lost, and regained. But time, once it's spent, it's gone forever. You can replenish your bank account, but you can never replenish your time account. The irreplaceability of time. Think about it. If you lost all your money today, it's possible through effort, skill, and opportunity to earn it back. There are countless stories of people who went bankrupt or lost everything only to rebuild their fortunes. Some of the wealthiest people in the world have lost millions, even billions at some point in their lives. Yet they managed to regain their status because money follows value, and value can always be recreated. But time doesn't work that way. You can't hit a reset button and get more of it. Every single second that passes is gone forever. Every day that goes by is one less day you have left. Unlike money, which can be stored, invested, and multiplied, time only moves in one direction, forward. There is no rewind button, no refunds, and no second chances to relive a particular moment. Consider this. If you waste a year of your life being unproductive, unhappy, or stuck in the wrong place, you can't simply get that year back. It's not like a misplaced investment where you can recover what was lost. That year is permanently gone, and no amount of money can buy it back. The illusion of chasing money over time. Society has conditioned us to believe that financial success is the ultimate goal. From an early age, we are taught to work hard, build wealth, and secure a comfortable lifestyle. People work long hours, sacrifice personal time, and often neglect their health and relationships, all in the pursuit of more money. But at what cost? Many individuals, after years of chasing financial success, come to a sobering realization. They spent so much time accumulating wealth that they forgot to actually live. They missed family moments, neglected personal passions, and let their best years slip away in the name of grinding and hustling. By the time they achieve financial stability, they often find themselves too exhausted to enjoy it. Their health is deteriorating, their relationships have suffered, and they're left wondering where all the time went. On the other hand, people who understand the value of time prioritize it wisely. They seek financial success, yes, but they also recognize that money is just a tool, one that should enhance life, not consume it. They don't trade every waking hour for a paycheck. Instead, they find a balance that allows them to enjoy life while still securing their future. Time as the ultimate equalizer. One of the most fascinating things about time is that it is the great equalizer. No matter how rich or poor you are, you get the same 24 hours in a day. The wealthiest billionaire and the average worker both have access to the same number of hours. The difference? How they use them. A person who truly values time doesn't let it slip away on meaningless activities. They don't waste hours scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV, or procrastinating on important tasks. Instead, they invest their time in things that bring them closer to their goals. Learning new skills, improving their health, strengthening relationships, and creating meaningful experiences. It's easy to look at a successful person and think they had better opportunities, or they had more resources. But in reality, what sets them apart is how they use their time. Successful people don't find time, they make time for what matters. They guard their hours carefully, knowing that every minute wasted is a minute they'll never get back. Money can buy many things, but not time. Money is incredibly powerful. It can buy luxury, comfort, security, and even experiences. But there's one thing it will never be able to purchase: more time. A billionaire facing a terminal illness cannot pay to extend their life indefinitely. They may afford the best medical care, the finest doctors, and cutting-edge treatments, but ultimately they are bound by the same limits as everyone else. No amount of wealth can turn back the clock or add extra years to a life already spent. Similarly, someone with unlimited money still can't buy back the moments they missed with loved ones. Once a child grows up, no amount of wealth can bring back their younger years. Once an opportunity is lost, no fortune can recreate it. Many people realize this truth too late. They spend their youth chasing wealth, believing they can buy back time later. But when they finally have the money, they often find themselves longing for the very years they sacrificed in its pursuit. Prioritizing time over money. So, what does it mean to truly value time over money? It means making decisions that align with what matters most in life. It means choosing experiences over material possessions, investing in personal growth, and ensuring that your time is spent on things that bring fulfillment rather than just financial gain. It means setting boundaries, knowing when to say no to extra work, mindless distractions, and unnecessary stress. It means being present in the moment, understanding that time spent with loved ones, on personal passions, or on self-improvement is never wasted. It also means using money wisely, not just accumulating it for the sake of having more, but leveraging it to create a life that is rich in experience, freedom, and purpose. Money should be a servant, not a master. It should enable you to spend your time in ways that truly matter. In the end, the most successful and fulfilled people are those who understand this balance. They work hard, but they don't let work consume them. They earn money, but they don't let money dictate their lives. They recognize that the real currency of life is time, and they spend it wisely. Success is not an accident. It's not a one-time event, a stroke of luck, or something reserved for a select few. Success is the result of consistent effort, small habits, and daily disciplines that compound over time. It's easy to look at people who have achieved great things and assume they must have made huge, life-altering decisions to get there. But in reality, success is rarely about massive leaps. It's about small, simple disciplines, repeated over and over again until they lead to extraordinary results. The truth is, success is built in the little moments, the seemingly insignificant choices that add up over time. It's waking up an hour earlier to work on your goals. It's choosing a book over social media. It's making that extra phone call, going to the gym when you don't feel like it, saving a small percentage of your income instead of spending it all. These small disciplines, though easy to do, are just as easy not to do. And that's where most people miss the mark. The power of the slight edge. One of the biggest reasons small disciplines lead to big success is because of a principle known as the slight edge. This concept suggests that every decision you make, no matter how small, either moves you closer to success or further away from it. For example, let's say you decide to read 10 pages of a book every day. That doesn't seem like much, right? But over the course of a year, that's 3,650 pages, the equivalent of about 15 books. Now imagine doing that for 5 years. You will have read 75 books, a wealth of knowledge that could transform your thinking, improve your skills, and give you an incredible advantage in life. On the other hand, let's say you decide not to read at all. No big deal, right? After all, skipping 10 pages a day doesn't seem like it would make much of a difference, but over time, this small inaction compounds as well. 5 years later, you're still in the same place, while the person who practiced the small discipline of daily reading has gained an incredible advantage. This principle applies to everything in life. The small things you do daily, whether it's eating healthy, exercising, learning, or developing good habits, will determine your future. The problem is that the results of these small disciplines are not immediate. They don't produce instant success, which is why many people ignore them. The compounding effect of daily habits. One of the most powerful forces in the world is compound growth. Not just in finance, but in every area of life. When you apply small disciplines consistently, their effects start to multiply. At first, the changes are barely noticeable, but over time, they lead to incredible results. Take fitness, for example. If you do 10 push-ups today, it won't make much of a difference. Even if you do them for a week, you may not see a huge change. But if you do them every day for a year, your body will transform. The same applies to saving money, learning a skill, or improving your mindset. Most people quit because they don't see immediate results. They expect instant gratification and when they don't get it, they give up. But those who understand the power of small disciplines know that patience is key. They keep going, knowing that success is not about dramatic overnight changes, but about consistent improvement over time. Why small disciplines are easy to neglect. If small disciplines are so powerful, why don't more people practice them? The reason is simple. They are easy to do, but also easy not to do. It's easy to go for a 10-minute walk every day, but it's just as easy to skip it. It's easy to write 200 words of a book every night, but it's just as easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow. The things that lead to success don't require superhuman effort, just simple, consistent action. But because the consequences of skipping these small actions aren't immediate, most people don't take them seriously. If you eat a burger and fries today, nothing drastic will happen. You won't gain 10 pounds overnight. But if you eat junk food every day for years, the impact will be undeniable. The same is true for positive habits. If you start saving a little bit of money every month, it may not seem like much at first, but over time, it can lead to financial freedom. The key to success is understanding that every small action, every minor discipline matters, even if you can't see the results right away. Success is in the daily routine. Look at any highly successful person, and you'll notice that they all have one thing in common: strong daily habits. They don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. They wake up early, plan their day, prioritize self-improvement, and take action every single day, even when they don't feel like it. A writer doesn't become great by writing one big masterpiece. They become great by writing every day, even if it's just a few hundred words. An athlete doesn't become a champion by training for a month. They become a champion by training every day for years. A successful entrepreneur doesn't build a thriving business overnight. They do it by making small improvements every day, consistently over time. Most people underestimate the power of daily habits. They believe success requires grand gestures or massive breakthroughs. But the truth is, your success is hidden in your daily routine. What you do every day, no matter how small, determines where you end up in life. The challenge of sticking to small disciplines. One of the biggest challenges of practicing small disciplines is staying committed long enough to see results. The process is slow, and at times it may feel like nothing is happening. But this is where many people go wrong. They quit too soon. Imagine you start working out, but after a month, you don't see dramatic changes. You might think, this isn't working, and give up. But if you had stayed consistent for 6 months, a year, or more, you would have seen incredible progress. The secret to success is sticking with the process, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Trust that small efforts, repeated daily, will compound into something much bigger than you ever imagined. Why small disciplines separate the successful from the average. The difference between successful people and those who remain stuck is not intelligence, luck, or talent. It's habits. Successful people don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. They understand that small actions done consistently create massive results over time. They don't let excuses stop them. They don't wait for the perfect moment to start. They just take action every single day. While most people waste time, make excuses, or wait for motivation, successful people practice small disciplines that lead them toward their goals. The good news? Anyone can do this. You don't need special skills or resources. All you need is the willingness to start small and stay consistent. Because in the end, small disciplines done daily lead to extraordinary success. One of the most powerful lessons a person can learn in life is this: your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. The effort you put into improving yourself, your mindset, your skills, your knowledge, and your character will determine the opportunities you attract, the problems you can solve, and ultimately, the life you create. Most people spend the majority of their time working hard at their jobs. They focus on meeting deadlines, pleasing their bosses, and climbing the corporate ladder. But while working hard at your job may earn you a paycheck, working hard on yourself is what will create true success, freedom, and fulfillment. Your job can make you a living, but your personal growth will determine the quality of that living and whether you ever break beyond the limits of that job. The difference between working for a job and working for yourself. Think about it. Most people trade their time for money. They clock in, perform their duties, and collect a paycheck at the end of the week. But what happens if that paycheck disappears? What if the company downsizes? What if the economy shifts? If your entire livelihood depends on a job, you are at the mercy of someone else's decisions. But when you invest in yourself, when you develop new skills, expand your knowledge, and grow as a person, you create something that no one can take away. Your ability to adapt, innovate, and create value becomes your greatest asset. Imagine two employees. One spends his days just doing what's required, never improving beyond his basic duties. The other spends time learning new skills, reading books, developing his leadership abilities, and improving his mindset. A year from now, who will be in a better position? 5 years from now, who will have more opportunities? The answer is obvious. The second employee isn't just working on his job, he's working on himself. He's making himself more valuable, and in the long run, the market always rewards value. The law of income, you earn based on your value. One of the simplest yet most profound truths about money is this: you don't get paid for time, you get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace. If time alone determined income, then every person working long hours would be rich. But we all know that's not the case. Some people work 60, 70 hours a week and barely scrape by, while others work half the time and earn 10 times more. Why? Because their income is based on the value they bring, not just the hours they work. Think of a minimum wage worker versus a highly paid consultant. The worker may put in more hours, but the consultant earns significantly more per hour. The difference isn't time, it's skill, knowledge, and value. The consultant has spent years developing expertise that companies are willing to pay a premium for. This is why personal development is so important. The more you grow, the more valuable you become. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities open up for you. Skills pay the bills and more. The job market is always changing. The skills that were valuable 10 years ago may be irrelevant today. If you're not constantly improving yourself, you're falling behind. Highly successful people understand this. They dedicate time to learning new skills that increase their value. They study communication, leadership, sales, problem solving, negotiation, and industry-specific expertise that give them an edge. A person who learns how to sell, for example, will always have opportunities. Sales skills allow you to make money anywhere in any economy. A person who learns leadership skills becomes someone others look up to and follow. A person who learns financial literacy gains control over their money rather than being controlled by it. The question is, are you growing or are you staying the same? If you've been doing the same job the same way for the past 5 years without learning anything new, you're not growing. You're just repeating the past. And in a world that moves as fast as ours, staying the same is the fastest way to become obsolete. Your mindset determines your future. Success isn't just about external skills. It's about mindset. How you think affects everything. Your confidence, your decisions, your willingness to take risks, and your ability to overcome challenges. People who never work on their mindset often get stuck in cycles of frustration. They blame the economy, their boss, or their circumstances, never realizing that the real limitation is their thinking. On the other hand, those who invest in personal growth develop a mindset of possibility and abundance. They see challenges as opportunities to grow. They take responsibility for their future. They focus on solutions rather than excuses. Mindset training, whether through books, mentorship, or self-reflection, is just as important as skill training, because even the best skills won't help someone with a weak mindset. The compound effect of self-improvement Personal development is like compound interest. The small investments you make in yourself today will multiply over time. If you read just 10 pages of a good book every day, that's 3,650 pages a year. That's roughly 15 books. Over 5 years, that's 75 books. Imagine how much knowledge you'd have. If you spend 30 minutes a day improving a skill, that's 182 hours in a year. That's enough time to become significantly more skilled in almost any area, whether it's public speaking, writing, coding, or business strategy. Most people underestimate the power of daily self-improvement because they don't see results immediately. But the truth is, small daily improvements lead to massive long-term success. The key is consistency. The choice: work on yourself or stay stagnant. Every person has a choice: spend your life just working at a job or spend your life working on yourself. If you only work on your job, you will earn a paycheck, pay your bills, and likely stay in the same position for years. If you work on yourself, you will constantly grow, attract new opportunities, and create the future you want. The person who works harder on themselves than they do on their job will always rise above the person who only focuses on the job itself. Because when you become more valuable, the world rewards you accordingly. The question is, are you investing in yourself or are you just going through the motions? Because at the end of the day, the person who grows the most wins. Every day presents two choices. Either you take control, set the agenda, and decide how your time is spent, or you let distractions, obligations, and other people dictate your schedule. The difference between successful people and those who struggle is simple. Successful people run their day, while unsuccessful people let the day run them. Time is the most valuable asset you have, yet it's also the easiest to waste. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose an opportunity and find another one. But when you lose time, it's gone forever. That's why the way you manage your day determines everything: your success, your progress, your happiness, and your future. The battle for control. Every morning the battle begins. The moment you wake up, you have two choices. Take control of your time, plan your actions, and focus on what truly matters. React to whatever happens, get caught up in distractions, and allow the day to slip away. Most people fall into the second category. They wake up, check their phones, scroll through social media, reply to messages, and before they know it, the day has already started controlling them. Instead of setting the pace, they are being pulled in every direction. Responding to emails, dealing with unexpected requests, putting out fires, and wasting time on things that don't truly matter. On the other hand, the most productive and successful individuals start their day with intention. They wake up with a plan, they focus on priorities, and they avoid getting caught up in meaningless distractions. They don't wait for the day to dictate their actions. They decide what needs to get done and execute their plan. The importance of a morning routine. The way you start your day determines how the rest of it unfolds. If you start your day by hitting the snooze button, rushing through your morning, and checking your phone, you are already losing control. You are reacting instead of leading. But if you start your day with structure, a powerful morning routine, you immediately set yourself up for success. Look at the habits of the most successful people in the world. They don't wake up and waste their first hours in chaos. They have morning rituals that include exercise, reading, goal setting, journaling, or planning their day. Why? Because they understand that how you begin determines how you continue. When you take charge of your morning, you send a message to yourself and the world: I am in control. You start the day with purpose, and that energy carries through everything else you do. Time management versus time wasting. There are only 24 hours in a day, and every person gets the same amount. The difference between those who achieve great things and those who struggle is how they use those hours. Some people fill their day with high-value activities, tasks that move them closer to their goals. They focus on deep work, they prioritize important projects, and they eliminate unnecessary distractions. Others fill their day with low-value activities, checking emails every 10 minutes, scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV, or constantly reacting to minor inconveniences. The problem is most people don't even realize how much time they waste. They think they're busy, but in reality, they are just being active without being productive. Successful people protect their time. They schedule their most important work when they have the most energy. They set clear boundaries to prevent distractions. They say no to activities that don't align with their priorities. If you don't decide how your time is spent, someone else will. The world is filled with distractions, interruptions, and demands that can steal your time if you allow them to. That's why you must be ruthless about protecting your time and energy. Proactive versus reactive living. There are two ways to approach life, proactively or reactively. A proactive person takes initiative. They plan ahead. They make decisions based on their long-term goals. They don't wait for things to happen. They make things happen. A reactive person lets circumstances control them. They don't plan. They wait for things to come to them. They let small problems throw them off course. Proactive people take control of their schedule. They decide what matters most and act on it. They don't let emails, phone calls, or social media dictate how they spend their day. They don't let unexpected challenges derail them. They adjust and move forward. Reactive people, on the other hand, are constantly putting out fires. They wake up late, rush through their morning, get distracted by emails, respond to other people's priorities, and by the end of the day, they wonder where all the time went. The difference between living with intention and living in reaction mode is massive. When you are proactive, you own your day. When you are reactive, your day owns you. The power of planning your day. If you don't plan your day, someone else will plan it for you. Without a clear structure, you'll find yourself reacting to whatever comes your way instead of focusing on what truly matters. That's why one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop is planning your day in advance. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to review your goals. What do you need to accomplish? Prioritize your tasks. What are the most important things you need to focus on? Schedule your time. When will you do each task? By having a plan before the day starts, you eliminate confusion and indecision. You wake up knowing exactly what needs to be done, and you can get straight to work without wasting time figuring out where to start. Eliminating distractions and taking control. Distractions are the biggest thieves of time. Every notification, every unnecessary email, every interruption pulls you away from what really matters. If you want to take control of your day, you must learn to eliminate distractions and focus deeply. That means turning off notifications when working on important tasks, setting boundaries with people who constantly interrupt you, avoiding time-wasting activities that don't contribute to your success. The more focused you are, the more productive you become. And the more productive you are, the more control you have over your time and your results. The choice is yours. At the end of the day, it all comes down to a simple choice. Do you run the day or does the day run you? Every action, every decision, every habit either puts you in control or takes control away from you. The question is, who is in charge